Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing good. Okay, so yeeps 2.0. We know it's coming, but we don't exactly know really what's happening at the moment. And I believe I might have figured out what this portal is actually going to be for. I believe it's not to take us through, but it's to send something through. To take something away. That may sound insane, but I'm going to try and explain. Okay, so basically, I think a lot of this has to do a lot with the fantasy update, so, I should probably be there. Okay, I'm now in the infested castle. I know, power of editing. Okay, so basically, what do we know about this place? First off, we know that there's bugs that are trying to get to this thing. Why? Well, if you actually look, these are the exact same icon as the unused spawner. When our spawner does not have an egg in it, it's that exact icon. Which could potentially have a link. Okay, so first off, why were we called here? We were taken to this infested castle because the bugs are taking over. And the current exterminators could not handle it. Meaning, probably in that, they probably got to the beacon. Or incredibly close. Which, I believe, this beacon is mutating the bugs. What I believe is when these bugs, a few of them got to the beacon, they mutated, becoming the giant bugs we've seen. That is what I believe potentially possible, which is why we now need to guard it even more. Because every time we get to this, it's releasing a bit of the purple goo inside, potentially making a threat that a larger is coming. Also, we know that they're teaming up with the hermit crabs from the beach biome. Now, what the hermit crabs do is they're the ones building these turrets. Look, these are all on that tech web. All of this, like, okay, this is on the snow tech web, which is a bit strange. But all these landmines, they're on the snow tech web. Which could potentially mean something. That, since they're all on the beach tech web, it probably means they're trying to team up. Potentially knowing that this giant bug could be a danger to everyone. Also, this is the thing from construction site that probably had to be brought here due to unforeseen circumstances. So we now know, well, we now assume that this is what happened. That the bug's taking over. Also, we know from Playground they're experimenting with the bug eggs. If you've taken a look in Playground, you'll see that they have a lot of eggs just in key dispensers. Another thing that I noticed is that these mushrooms did used to be neon red. These were all neon red. And now they're neon purple. Neon pink. Interesting is that originally the signal was this colour. The signal was originally neon pink and then switched to neon red. Also, where are all these neon pink mushrooms? They're all located in the same spot, the rocky wasteland. Also, I know it's unlikely, but the CC cosmetic might have something to do with it. If you look at it, it's just a belt piece, but with 8 spider legs. Now, you may think, oh, this is just related to the bugs. But look, the bugs have 4 legs, not 8. The big bugs only have 4 legs. The creeper bugs also have 4 legs. The snails have no legs. None of the bugs have 6 legs. None of the bugs have like 8 spider-like legs like the CC cosmetic. And normally, if you're a content creator, you normally get lab rat. If you got this cosmetic, you also got lab rat. Which probably mean, and lab rats get to test the update early. Potentially meaning that we could get a new kind of bug. A bug that's potentially too powerful and has to be sent away in a portal. Okay, I'm gonna go to research facility and get a bit more evidence there. Okay, once you're in research facility, you notice some major differences. First off, there's these guys now, with the neon red mushrooms. And a lot of this lore can be explained via this place. Which is good, because at the moment, I'm completely grasping on straws. So, we can see that, just like originally, This power is possessing a lot of gnomes. Yeah, so it seems to be all the gnomes are getting possessed by these screens. But, one thing I have noticed, none of the hazmat gnomes are getting possessed. Or kind of just distracted by them, I guess. None of the gnomes are having that effect. None of the gnomes with the hazmat suits are having that same effect. Which is strange, because you'd think they would. There's no reason why they wouldn't be. And if you go through the portal enough times, you get to this room, which is just outside of there. Where it tells you the signal's getting stronger. And it even changed colour. Which would mean the signal was originally neon pink. And we also have the yeeps 2.0 on the 17th. In a few days' time now. And if you look here, we have clearly these guys are not linked, but they still know each other. The exterminators are talking up bugs, and then the research guys are up and trying to understand them. Even this guy, he can barely understand this stuff. And also, all these screens have turned red, which is incredibly odd. At the moment, we don't have much of an explanation for this, but apart from it's almost time. We know that they're taking these mushrooms somewhere, probably from experimentation. But at the moment, we just don't really know why. My best guess is that, but it's interesting to see there are other gnomes in here. Along with... wait, how long has this been here, first off? I swear I've been in this event 100 times and never seen this before. Is this new? Is this new? Okay, ignoring that. Completely making this one spot, but there is red pipes in here. Meaning the signal's being transported somewhere else. Checking up and around. It's strange, this signal is definitely going somewhere. But what do they have planned with it? I mean, yeah, opening the portal for sure, but why open the portal? Yeah, I personally do not think it will be open world. I mean, open world would be a cool concept, yeah. But, I mean, there is so many better options. Also, coming down here, you'll notice that the DJ booths are removed, which is kind of sad. But there's these new area. And look, same symbol. When the mouth would be open, which means it's empty, that is what the same signal is. Potentially meaning that they're trying to spawn something bigger. Look, these guys are trying to test the technology, using the new turret to destroy bugs. Meaning they're definitely planning something. Because obviously, at the moment, we are at war with the bugs. But the bugs are probably trying to evolve and get stronger, which we cannot let happen. So I'm going to give you guys another bit of information in Playground. Okay, in here we see a lot of things. First off, landmines coat the floor. They're trying to use this to hold off the bugs, which wouldn't make sense, considering that the bugs are trapped in fantasy. Unless they know that the bugs are trying to break out, but currently can't because something's holding them back, which would obviously be the exterminator. The exterminator is currently holding the bugs back, meaning that they're kind of stuck there and don't really know how to escape. But if they find a way, that'll be bad. Incredibly bad. Which is probably why they're setting up traps now and trying to figure out how to destroy them. If you see in Playground, they have all of these bug captures, which have captured bugs in key dispensers and item dispensers, which is quite strange. You wouldn't have a reason to do that. Also, they clearly have travelled all the way to Fantasy and found a way to put them back into eggs. Somehow, which potentially is some technology they're trying to develop. They've also clearly tried to guard these eggs quite well, making it quite difficult to get all the keys. Mainly you have to look around and try and find these keys, but that's can be quite difficult to do. Having to slowly get each different kind of key. But why? Why guard the keys so much? One, at the moment, who's going to try and steal them? Once you capture all the keys, you get a bug egg. Which doesn't feel right to have in play mode, but yeah. With this bug egg, it just hatches a bug. Meaning you have now kind of brought the bug to foreign lands. Also, we kind of know that the bug was from here. But since the fact the bug is predominantly purple. And it wouldn't really make sense for it to come out of, say, the research lab. It wouldn't really make sense, because it wouldn't be very acclimatized to that. Because it mainly having, like, kind of dart walking, and having very small climbing abilities, which it needs in fantasy, but doesn't really need anywhere else. I mean, yeah, you could scale Blue House, but that's not really going to help. So yeah, I don't know, that's currently my theory. Until we're given a bit more evidence, I can't really say. But there is one last piece of evidence. I'll put it up on screen. It was from the Yeeps teaser that when Yeeps did a collab with Milk Nugget. It's 3 gnomes just staring at us in a way that you cannot normally build in Yeeps. And also another screen saying this world is alive, which could potentially be useful. And probably is referring to the bugs, meaning that potentially that so-called beacon could actually be alive. Because it looks quite alive. I mean, pulsating purple, being able to take damage. It does look quite alive. Out of all the Yeeps blocks, like, this jump pad does not look very alive. But yeah, so that's just my theory for now. Until we get more evidence, I can't really say anything else. But yeah, hope you guys are doing good, and goodbye.